At this point, you'd like for a game to actually happen before anything else could go sideways?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot. Everybody's dealing with the same stuff, you know. Thought we had really good focus, good energy today, one of the better practices we've had all camp. So guys are definitely feeling that it's close and getting their minds right.
How serious is Rondell's hamstring injury?
Still figuring it out. Yeah, we'll know here in a couple hours, make a final diagnosis, and go from there.
Doubtful was a clever way of saying he's Sunday.
I'm a pretty positive person, so I would just say 50-50. What's that? I mean, we'll see. Like I said, we got a couple hours working through some things, and we'll see where it's at.
How do you do it? Just
Running.
Whether he plays or not, I mean, other guys still have to step up this week, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he didn't play a ton last year with some of the injuries, so we like our receiving core and we like the weapons we have, and a lot of guys played really well in preseason. So if he can't go, they'll get a great opportunity.
Is Cody's injury kind of helping you make any of your decision at guard?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, how that shakes out the next couple hours as well. Some roster maneuvering and see where we need to go, but. Unfortunate that he got banged up. He was doing a good job, and we're trying to sort that out.
Are you encouraged what you've seen from Zach and Marcus the last couple of days?
I'm hopeful. Yeah, I'm more hopeful than I was. So I think they got to get out there Sunday and see how they feel and run around, and hopefully they can both contribute in some manner. I don't know if it'll be the entire game, but hopefully they can give us something.
How's JJ progress?
Same, just day to day. I mean, he's a guy that he knows the defense inside and out, so if he can go on Sunday, he'll go, and if not, we'll get him ready for next week.
What's it like for a coach or coaching staff with all these game time decisions? You work them out ahead of time. How does it affect kind of how you prepare, knowing, you don't know what they're going to do, and then how much change you have to make kind of in the last?
Yeah, you try to establish some backup plans with, hey, if this guy can't go, this guy will be taking that play. If that guy can't go, he'll be taking that play. And so you prepare for those emergency scenarios. And like I said, skill-wise, we feel like we have some good depth there that guys can step in and play. And same with on defense. Cornerback, we've talked about it. The depth there is a bit scary going into week one against this team particularly. But, we feel like some other positions we have good depth and guys that can step up and contribute at a high level.
Are you anticipating Patrick kind of picking on those cornerbacks for like?
I'm hoping they just run it every play, Preseason, they're a bunch of 22, 21 personnel, so I think they should protect him week one and just hand it off about 50 times.
This is a pretty young roster, and of course there's a lot of young guys that still have good experience. But was that a focus this offseason, kind of to really continue building around the younger players?
It was. I mean, we love the veteran presence we have. Some, big-time names that have been very successful in this league for a long time. So to get in some young players to learn from them, be around them, and continue to try to build this thing with some youth, I think was important for us.
Does it surprise you to hear that you're actually the third oldest roster in the league?
No, because, our old guys are old. So. Yeah, the specialists boost those numbers. But like I said, all those guys can still play at a really high level, and that's the exciting thing. But to bring in young players we're excited about that can learn from them and see how, all pros, Pro Bowlers, Hall of Famers operate, that's a big plus to building your culture.
Seeing what you've seen in practice out of the guys, the two receivers we talked so much about in the preseason, Andy and Greg, I assume you feel pretty comfortable that that'll translate into the regular season? Very
comfortable. And more so our quarterbacks do. I think that's the biggest deal. There's a real comfort level there. Those guys practiced a bunch together when guys were either out or taking days off. Obviously with Hop, the way we limited him, Rondell missed a couple weeks in training camp. Those guys got a lot of work with the first team, and so I don't think anybody's going to blink if they're called upon.
With Antonio's situation, obviously we know he can't play, but he tweeted the other day he's 90% healed. Is that what you guys are seeing too, that it's coming along pretty quickly?
Yeah, that's what we've heard. I think he'll be able to start participating in some form or fashion lightly, It's new territory for all of us, that type of accident and that type of injury. But I think by next week he'll be able to do something, and we'll try to progress him from there.
That's a pretty big. So he tweeted out he almost died to 90% healed. That's a pretty big. I improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dying would have been if it got worse. Like it could have been a lot worse. I think, yeah, that type of incident. But he's made great progress. When I first saw him, he could barely move around, and now he's walking around and feels a lot better.
How much do you encourage Kyler to use those legs? Not at the first sign of trouble, but when he's off schedule.
Yeah, I want him to play his game. I think we've seen it the last couple of years when he's got banged up, injured. It's hard to play your game fully, and hopefully he feels good and can use that aspect of his game to create and make plays with his feet that he's done his whole life. So excited to watch him play.
I know we talk about this a ton, him calling plays and all that stuff. But he said on Wednesday that he understands now a little bit better when you call what you think is a good play and it doesn't happen that way, that frustration. How do you think that's going to help him go starting obviously Sunday?
I mean, I think he'll still think it was the play call. No, it was to hear him talk on the headset, and if a play didn't work and we had somebody open, just kind of his response. I think he understands that if he ever sees me frustrated, it's not mad at him. It's just, if you have a concept and you're drawing it up and you expect it to work and it doesn't work, there's always going to be frustration. So I think it was a good process, learning process for him for sure.
How important is it with Kyle? We talk about all the different areas he can improve, but those moments of responding to adversity or tough plays, not getting frustrated on the field or whatever, how important do you think that is with him?
It's part of his growth. I think we all talked about it. He never really faced failure like he faced here. First year going whatever we went 5-11. And then 8-8 and having some tough games down the stretch last year. I mean, all those things are really a first for his athletic career. And so you get thicker skin through that. You become more mentally tough through that. I mean, the only way you really succeed is through adversity at some point. And I think he's been through that, and we're all hopeful that he's learned from it and can be better moving forward.
How did Marco respond to you kind of challenging it a little bit publicly at least?
Yeah, very well. He really dialed back in, and our defensive coaches were upfront with him about the things he needed to do to take that next step and get back to where he was last year. And I think he listened, and his attention to detail has improved dramatically, and I can't wait to watch him play Sunday.
You doing that? Is that part of the new Kliff that we're seeing this year?
It's just my expectations for him are very high, and so I wanted to see him and him to understand what we expect from him. And Ham was playing great all camp, there's no doubt, but we think Marco has an elite skill set, and it's just time to put it all together.
I feel like you calling him out like that publicly. You wouldn't have done that 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I trashed the dude. I mean, I said the other guy's starting. Like, I didn't even use his name. Y'all used his name. I just said the other guy's starting at this point. So that's like context clues, and y'all are trying to get clickbait. It's a headline. Kingsbury bashes on Marco Wilson. Said Ham is starting at this point. But no, we're excited to have three guys that are all starting caliber. That's the truth. And Marco, now that Ham's been out, has really stepped his game up.
Who's the third guy now without Ham?
Christian Matthew, he'll be the next guy in. And then, there's some flexibility there with JT being able to play nickel, Buddha in emergency and cut him down and do that. So there's some flexibility. It's just not a lot of depth at that corner position.
So Christian's made strides in that too, then.
He has, yeah, for a young guy. I mean, he's 25, 26, I think, an older rookie, and he approaches it that way, very mature in his approach, the way he studies, and he just got better and better.
What have you seen, though, from Guidry just in the short time he's been here?
Yeah, he's fast. I think it takes a while to learn a system week one of game week. It's not like there's a lot of base install, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's game plan, it's complex, and so it's hard to get him involved in the actual meaningful reps for the game. But we'll continue to work with him and see where it goes.
What have you seen in that connection between Kyler and Marquise, throughout camp, and how hopeful are you that he can maybe help fill the void with D-Hop out and some other injuries you guys have?
Yeah, that's been the plan all along. I mean, that was part of why we made that trade, and thought he was a dynamic player and a game changer and all those things. And knowing Hop would be out, we need him to step up and be a big part of the offense. And they have a great connection. I think it'll be fun to watch on Sunday.
Cliff, you mentioned addressing the approach for the second half struggles in the past, but in terms of putting on a better product in home, is there any kind of approach that you guys can change, or is that was just kind of a matter of
Yeah, I mean that's just got to do it. You know, I don't know. We could probably change up the music in the locker room or something. But yeah, I mean that's a pride thing, and we're all embarrassed that it ended the way it did at home last year, and then hopefully we'll respond the right way. Thank y'all.